Today, as promised last week, when President Biobi announced the reopening of church, mosque, when a place of worship, and the airports, and also it be reduced the time on the curfew, we be promised say when the regulations them NACOVAC go release them, we go kanaya make we can lay on a table, make we all go get an understanding within the inside the regulations them. Now then we go come lay on a table. But for today, make we look within the numbers them for COVID-19 look like inside Sierra Leone. We get 7 new cases for today. 7 new cases. And if we break them down by district, Western area urban 2, Western area rural 2, Bombali 1, Moyamba 1, and Putloko 1. Now give a total of 7. And the other numbers them, now so they look like. The confirmed cases now in Salona, they'll reach 1,642. 1,642. The people within an isolation center are 404. Now they respond to treatment. The one them we recover for the past 24 hours, we get 21 people we recover for the past 24 hours. 21 people them beat COVID-19 na salon. And the number do reach now 1,175 for people them we don't beat COVID-19 na salon. 1,175. The number of death for the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life na salon to COVID-19, so we still stand at 63. In quarantine, 1,136, and then still they're in quarantine. The one that don't discharge, we don't come on a quarantine at 8,341. 8,341. Remember, almost 2 weeks ago, NACOVAC say that they launched the active case search. On the first day, which now be the 30th of June, then be tell we say, then be release the number, say 380 people, then be test that day. But then say they're not go able for the do them every day. So waiting then decide for do, then go they give we weekly update on the active case search. So on the 1st of July, then come, then say they're not go able to give you again. But however, every week, then go come for me, then can tell we say, okay, now show the active case search don't they do. The aim of the active case search inside Freetown, because now they focus right now for test 400 people a day. Average 400 people a day. We don't want the not for mix by the normal search way they go on across the country and also inside Freetown. But since we they launch them, we find out then every day then they give you the number of tests then they conduct, but they not ever reach 400, which means the active case search no ever reach in targeted number of people. Then go to now then tell we say they don't make this special court building available for people in Freetown. We want feel say they need to be tested, where they can just whack a goodie and make them go test. That was last week, now in the Intel with Andy. So I get opportunity for ask today, NACOVAC, about these two issues here where them we don't tell me about. Number one, for say the active case search, we don't start the second week. Up till now, they not give we update yet. And at them we don't tell we say, they're not going to give we daily, but then go give we weekly. So what's going on? And at then we for tell we say, well, they not forget to, but it look like say, now work we not easy for do. Now then get for go back, because every day, then they add the numbers by that normal one. So then go back, go see how the numbers then be look like for can't tell we. They not go give we say then go tell we this week, but now they look this week say next week. It's sad to say, they able to ask follow-up questions. And concerning this active case search, I don't know if you don't follow NACOVAC meeting, you go find out, only 999 they ask about them. Only 999 can always ask about this active case search as promise for make them go tell we. So if you be done to do your work, you tell we say, you not go able for the can give we every day, but you go accumulate them, then 1 week you can't tell me. So why today you can't tell we back, say, you get for go back. You get for go back, for go see the numbers then, but however, then be done, they join. Yes, when I be tell you, I go, they join them, but the active case search, because now something we in different from that normal one, when I tell you, so I go come back to it weekly. We're done, they go to 2 weeks. Now, the major, where they in charge of that one day, the spokesperson, where Solomon Jami will say yes, say the major in job cut out, so now he get additional job and this and that. But in they say yes, say no to excuse, but definitely, if not so they don't talk, they go get for can't tell we. When is the question? Because this same active case search, then say that one can go across the country. How can you go with it across the country where the one have written up till now, una not able can't tell we? Well, yes, una they do a good job. Una they come every day for can't tell we. But as long as una promise for give, and this is vital to the fight against coronavirus and salon. As long as una don't promise, we say una for come to we back and can't give it, because me that Sunday, I beg them. I don't know if person be listening. I beg them, say, me I not go on a cut out, because a lot of things and the way they don't, where they start, where they know they do, they like it today. They don't. So me beg them, say, this particular one, active case search, it go find like how I don't give away on that first day, they una they give away every day. That's the time. The other day we they encounter, can't tell we say, they're not go able, but then go they give away weekly. Now, even the weekly from that day up to date, we know you nothing again. Nothing, and no can tell we again. And they said it's still going on. They say yes, they're not saying not to think easy because we are learning on the job and all these things. But we need the active case search in data, because we were promised, and we say one for see how that one day they go. Well, not for just can't say, oh, we did an active case search and then nothing. Then you come to this one where they say people can go na the special court building and you can go tested. So today I ask, say since when they start to now, waiting at the update to the Wangiwi, people are willing to go there. People they know they go. How the turnouts don't look like. Then they back, then promise for can't we back for can't tell we. And we can't tell we how it don't they go. So what? How would they take this bet? We datas them, not available for make we able analyze, make we can tell the people of Sierra Leone, say, hey, this is what is going on, and this is what we were promised, and this is what has been delivered, and this is now the precautionary measures they want to get for taking all these things. You don't see me reason the other day now they say me I prefer President Bill for they give we all the regulations then. Because as it is right now, NACOVAC could tell we one thing, but the implementation, we all know say that the implementation a problem in a salon, but we don't want it right here in the fight against coronavirus. If the active case search is going on, truly, then why he asked for Giwi the figure? That's why the other day I asked him, say, okay, people in isolation centers, okay, that's fine. Una able Giwi by districts, let no say certain districts, then they will not get nobody again, we get COVID-19. They say that one day difficult for Gi. I pushed, they never saw myself, I left her. Person go can say, oh, journalists, enough for left for they push every day. Eh? Not that we know they try, but the people that are there, Okay. But we still get for advice with people in a salon. For take coronavirus serious. Because the way when they take them, they not look they take them serious. And that one day, no fine. Let me go into the program proper. Last week, Thursday, President B.O.B. come on air and tell we say, relax some restrictions them. And Nakova go come, then go can tell we the guidelines them to the restriction, then the way President B.O. don't relax. Well, today we want to deal with congregational worship, the guidelines for the resumption. Because as we speak now, church and mosque them na salon don't get the right for begin for assemble, for pray. But these are the things them we don't get forget in mind as then they go there for pray. Guidelines to the resumption of congregational worship, 10th July 2020, number 1. Then guidelines here, then go be monitored jointly by working committee from the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone and also the national and the district national COVID-19 emergency response center. Weekly review meeting them, then go the Olam. Weekly review meeting them, then go the Olam and see how the regulations here we guide people them for go pray, then the all water. Number 2, church and mosque then go responsible for the following stipulated guidelines and then for ensure internal monitoring mechanism. The church and the mosque now their own responsibility for say all entire they can read so then follow them. But again, now then for ensure internal monitoring mechanism. We now waiting get for do it hygiene. Under hygiene, the first way then they look at for say church and mosque for be clean and disinfect them places them first before they reopen for worship. Then for clean and disinfect them places then within the worship before then for reopen. Then for also clean and disinfect between the service them. Between the service them, then for clean and disinfect. Yanda, they don't talk if na daily or if na weekly. But then just say between the service them, then for disinfect. Under hygiene again. Every person where they go for go worship, for either use soap for wash the hand or apply sanitizer before then for allow them for enter church or mosque. Every person. Under hygiene, 3, Veronica buckets, soap and water or hand sanitizer for be provided at the entrance of every church and mosque. 4, the use of toilet facilities for be responsibly monitored. The use of toilet facilities for be responsibly monitored. 5, mosque authorities for ensure that footwear them are kept within premises of the mosque. You know, say they can pull footwear before you go inside. Then say for be kept within the premises of the mosque. Where people then be the go pray before. Who side them be the keeper? Okay. In that slide, them break and down. worshippers are obliged to take great care and place their footwears in plastic bag. This now for the Muslim. Say the one them where they go for go pray, then for put them footwear them in a plastic bag. Now they come to the B part. When are the preventive measures? Remember the A part are hygiene. Now the B part when are preventive measures. The temperature of every worshipper must be taken before they go admit them inside the church or the mosque. And people with high temperature will exceed 37.5 Celsius or 99.5 Fahrenheit should not be allowed inside the church and the mosque, but be advised to go and seek medical attention. Then under preventive measures. 2. All man inside the place of worship must properly wear their face mask during worship. All man inside the place of worship for make sure say they wear the face mask fine one. When me say the nose not for the nado or the face mask not for the under your chin. You say, okay. You say mask, they're not for pull them or put them down even when they talk or then they sing. Just like us as explained. Nose not for the nado or they're not for put under the chin. You say there must be the use of sanitizers inside the church and also the mosque appropriately. C, where they deal with the numbers and the seating capacity. The first part inside C, numbers and seating capacity, say all place them within the worship must not exceed 50% of the original number of people where the space they where if you take inside them people them place them they, and that one day they not for even forget social or physical distancing, at least 6 feet. All the one them they place them more than the worship, and not for past 50%. So it means if the 100 people and then 50 people for the day. But again, even with them 50 people and then for make sure say physical distance day we at least 6 feet for day between people them. Church and mosque should map out the seating arrangement in place of worship for make them ensure say 6 feet they in between people them and then not for past 50% of the people them way them place of worship here for take. Churches can make use of classroom and multi-purpose halls them for service usai available, especially them big church them where in order for me to accommodate more worshippers. Example, they can put TV and speaker them where they can able for you take from the main auditorium and put them inside the other half classroom them. For Muslim them, the mosque where they na public market location them with huge turnout of worshipper them, congregational prayers them for be done in batches. At most 50% of the capacity of the mosque for make them go ensure effective reward to the social distancing. And 4, multiple service them then can able for all following the same guidelines as provided for in point 1 and point 2 now the section for the Christian them. So not to say now one service. If you want for money to net to the whole service number. What's now the right number of people them now for the inside there. When they come to the D part we say social distancing and safe practice. What's in the regulation say? Social distancing for be observed in the sitting arrangement with 2 meters gap between worshippers. A seating arrangement for be marked and guided by church and mosque. Yeah. Then for mark day, so that people can go no outside for enter, outside not for enter, outside for team up, and outside not for team up. A church service must not exceed 1.5 hours. Even though they say you can multiple one, but they say you not for exceed 1.5 hours. In the case of the Muslim them, each daily prayer time should not exceed 15 minutes, while the Juma prayer not for exceed 30 minutes. Not for exceed waiting 15 minutes and 30 minutes. Number 3, under the social distancing and safe practice, there should be a gap of 30 minutes between one church service and another. And then you also able make them multiple service for make them go avoid overcrowding. Number 4, handshaking, hugging should be avoided before, during, and after the worship. We don't say we Christian them or Muslim people them they like that shake hand. So they say before you pray, during the prayer now, after the prayer with the Christian they now shake hand. Fail, enough for the day. Different exit and entrance points will be used by worshipper usai possible. And movement will be done row after row. 6. Social distancing should be maintained during counseling. So even if you say you want to cancel a person, that close to close, no, now still forget that 2 meters apart. E. The administration practice. And there we there now. We want to waiting and say, there will be no laying of hands while praying for people. This now for the Christian them. 2. Communion will be served row after row in individual cups by extinction. 3. Scaling down of the choir where necessary. Due to a high risk of spreading COVID-19, strict physical distancing of at least 6 feet must always be maintained by choristers. They hear all the rules, eh? 4. Offering bag or plates will be taken from row to avoid movement of people. Or then they advise say make them use envelope. 5. Standing or individual microphones should be used at all times to avoid cross-infection. Should be used at all times to avoid cross-infection. Monitoring and compliance. Now the F part, now they will now. An internal and monitoring committee should be constituted in every church or mosque to oversee compliance to the suggested guidelines. Medical awareness and health promotion for be done during church services, and for the Muslim them, in order to educate worshippers and wash out the denial syndrome, imam, then they encourage imam them for utilize the period in between the azan, that's the call to worship, and prayer for sensitize and educate worshippers them about COVID-19 pandemic. 3. All the measures them, we don't outline what I don't read so, shall apply to all activities conducted in places of worship. Number 4, one of the important one, So you don't hear always I read? Well, now you can't listen. Church, Moscow, where they found guilty, we found say they broke the law, but all entire I don't talk so. Say they not comply. No, the first one, they go warn you. And they say they go warn you through the appropriate oversight structure. And if they can they back, then see say you fall short of the same thing, you not agree for your reward, then go shut down the place of worship. Then go lock them. The church, the Moscow, then go lock them. Because waiting to, they say you repeat the offense. You get one time for me, they warn you. The next one, then they can lock your church or mosque domot. Inside, what we see, na church and mosque, we see the address more. But what's in the guidelines say? The guidelines say for the resumption of congregational worship. And we're not saying, not to Muslim and Christian, they no more we get us alone. We get Krishnas them. We get Indian them, Indian temple. We not see who side and address them now. Or they not mix it. Because if then specifically they pick on church and mosque, what about the one and they? With all the regulations we don't hear. I not say somebody will talk today. I see somebody will post on Facebook, they tell President Bill, thank you, say, Intel and thank you, because today they're able to go pray back. You think, say, the regulations here easy for comply? Or you feel, say, a difficult one for make we people them go your reward? Because some people, they don't begin to say, with all them kind of regulations here, why make they even open the place of worship? Other people, and they say, now just because Solomon no want a reward. Now make them, they say, why make them for open the place of worship? So now I make when me see somebody they write today say, Intel God thank you, then be able to go pray today. And with all the regulations here, I begin to say, from that all this regulation come out to today, now that don't meet up all the wire, we are able to take them so. But make we come with Usman Toli, make we hear from him, waiting intake out of the regulations, as we will promise you when they come out, we go can lay on a table. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Welcome back, everybody, to this new week. First, I just want to talk a little bit on the COVID-19 issues then. I think, see, you mentioned a number of important things that we see raise concern in our country. We all don't commend the government for the restrictions that they lift in order for unlock the economy so that people will carry out their activities so that will help the country for move forward. But having said that, there are a number of things that we officially the government for do, and one of these things the things that we then promise them go do, then for able for the implement them. If they're not able to implement them, they now a cause for a serious concern. And as you don't say AAA, one of the things that promise we, now this active case search for this search. And to be honest with you, we don't watch a number of practices that we go on now the world, good practices then. We campaign COVID-19. Don't forget, COVID-19 now something when a new thing, a new trend in the world. So each country they observe other countries and good practices then. Then they try for use that practice, then they foresee how we will overcome this common enemy with COVID-19. And we don't see the countries all over the world. One of the things that when they embark on, where they lift the restrictions here, then they increase the number of testing. They increase the number of testing. And the advantage for increasing the number of testing is based on two important factors. One, it helps them for know how this virus is spread. How now they lift the restrictions. If now they continue for do the testing, you will know how the virus is spread. The trend where this virus they take. Is it spreading faster in the east and the west? So that will help. And secondly, maybe more importantly, it help we for hunt and contain the virus. It help we for hunt down and contain the virus. Because the more testing you do, the more you detect, the more you isolate. But if some people are done promiscuous, say one, then they increase the number of testing, then one of the thing down the way them they promiscuous, then say they will make sure see they get an average of 400 tests per day. And it's not happening at the moment. And they also talk, see, they will make a walk-in testing center outside people, then you go. If you get any doubt, you go do your test. But how far now? Then we're able to meet all the NTR. That's not the thing is what we talk now. In country, not to say we try to oppose the government every day, but government is about managing people's expectation. How you manage people's expectation? When you don't raise somebody hope, you always look forward to that. And when you don't meet that promise the way don't raise, then they begin to disappoint the people. And this government, they're very good for make every promises where they know they not will make. Instead, don't make those promises. Don't make them. Because you make promises, then you don't meet them promises, and it damage your credibility. It means they meet your objectives where they set. As simple as that. And now they listen to you where they talk about how you don't ask questions them to knock over, where they go forward and backward. You know that they are talking about. They don't damage their credibility. They don't lose their credibility. And things like this, a clear example. Clear example this. Okay, now move on to the main topic, where these enhanced measures they're in places of worship. One thing we all don't make we say for lift restrictions slowly and gradually is a good thing. It's a good thing. But again, we emphasize on the issue of implementation and compliance. On implementation on the side of the government, more importantly on the side of government, although the citizens also get part for play when it comes by implementations. And compliance, more importantly, on the side of we the citizens then. This is a good one. Sit down with the interreligious council, sit down, make a draft. But don't forget AAA. It's very easy for make a pen to paper, write all things. But again, we go back to the same question, AAA. What about the implementation? What about the compliance? How will you ensure that these policies, these measures, are effectively implemented and there is compliance? It's the key question. These are good things. For example, we just talk about some of the good things that we are recognized in Leone submission or the submission of the Interreligious Council. Yeah. First of all, it's a joint operation here by the Interreligious Council, the national as well as the internal COVID-19 team. They all come together. They formulate these things. They write them here. We don't explain so. We don't talk so. That's a good one. We talk about that. Consultation. We say they get every stakeholder input, give their ownership, sit down, and write this thing so that everybody gets a responsibility for play, which is a good one. Yeah, we talk on. It's a good one. We all praise the government for the reopening of mosques and churches as we go through slowly try for unlock the economy is a good one. Yeah? And, look at some of the good things like in terms of hygiene, it's a good one for the hygiene practices, disinfectant and all that things there. At the mosques and the church is a good one. The preventive measures, the temperature, the face mask, sanitizer. This don't happen anyway. This is only don't happen anyway. And you talk about the capacity, in terms of, for exceed more than 50% of normal capacity. In other words, if there have been 200 people that may go to that mosque day or church day for good practice, now it will be only about 100 people. That is a good one. Because what does that mean? It just means, then ensure, there is social distancing. That 2-meter rule. Yeah, that is a good one. Okay, some of the practices, the way they may do in a mosque and church, they don't ban them, such as where you go lay your hand and pause the praying and eat on all them things. They won't sit down there all. It cause trouble in terms of transmission. Yeah, and the other thing you would have mentioned also in terms of the internal monitoring committee to ensure compliance. That is to say, in every mosque, every church, they get an internal committee. We will make sure, they monitor the compliance. Yeah? But I get a number of observations with that. But before I talk of this observation, let's link them very nicely. Where and talk, any church or mosque where they found, they comply with the guidelines they were put, then we want them through the oversight structure. That is, oversight structure just means that internal committee at the mosque or the church, and then the NACOVAC team and the interreligious council, then will take a decision and warn you first time. If you're not listening to them, follow the routine and tell you, then we'll close down the church or the mosque. But I get a number of concerns here. Again, I go back to the issue of implementation and compliance. What have we don't do differently? What have we not add to that? Probably I will say so. Yeah? We say in our country, we get an issue of compliance. When we the citizens ourselves, sometimes we know they do self-justice. Yeah? Then we don't tell you, not do this, but it is one. And the mosques and churches are no exception here. Then we don't tell them, not do this. But, and remember, it's only internal monitoring mechanism only. Yeah? That means, the structure of church and mosques, now then we will monitor the situation. Now that's no more than put in place. And they in turn will probably report to the interreligious council. Yeah? So what will happen here? If not me, what if I don't do differently? Because we know we safe. We not comply. So if I don't put spot checks, if I don't put an external source where you can do random spot check, just for ensure, because when you do a random spot check, what can they go do? How would they go help? It's like a supervisor or inspector of school. Inspector of schools. They go, sometimes they come on at the school unexpectedly. So in those days, when we get inspectors in our school, they facilitate efficiency in the sense that because they always, in case inspector kaya, in case, because they're not the expecter, so they can always tend for maintain some form of efficiency. Yeah. So I don't say it's too hard for go to that level there, but sometimes they devise a strategy based on the people and behavior. Yeah. As I said, we're not very good with compliance in our country. So what if I don't do differently? If I don't create a kind of random monitoring mechanism, we say they go check them. Any mosques we then go today, when around them, they wait and see say they don't follow the procedures. I feel say that mosques they will be the warning first time. And we then go again the second time. You will find out say mosques and churches more likely will be more efficient with these practices that we then put down. But believe me, if not just that internal structure they rely on for monitor the situation, it will be a little bit problematic that we say not to all manner for follow the procedures there. But if the church leaders they know say, we will likely get a spot check. We don't know when that get will happen. So Lord make sure that happen. Lord make sure that happen. Just in case somebody come, we don't expect that. So that now one of the things again one of the things that we have been on do differently. And in terms of religious procedures, it's a complex one. It's a complex one. For example, in terms of mosques, we know say Muslims are when they pray, they left first, they are very close to each other. Because sometimes they say, for left space. But with the appeal to Muslim brothers, I know say this is not a religious procedure where God knock you wallet and break up. But under this difficult circumstance, we all understand. We all understand what COVID-19 they do. We know how the rate of the fatalities that will happen in the world due to COVID-19. So a lot of fatality will happen. So therefore, we plead to Muslim brothers there, say, Lord, we just, for the time being, just for help to control the virus. Things are not going to remain like this. These are just temporary measures for help control the virus. So I will stop here. Now give chance to other panelists then. Thank you and I appreciate you so much, Tripoli. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Before I let you for go, because waiting people in the talk now say, like the regulations are too strong. When it comes to people in I don't see they talk about these regulations we are in. So when it comes to that washroom facility, some man they say they no say like area places where people can just come where they use quick one for worship. Them places then they not can get that kind of facility they then go get water for wasan, but someone for go in a bathroom they not can get them. And even some of themselves, the water where they can come, they can see how people in the handle. Some people, they say drain regulations here are too strong for the religious bodies them. But again, we make not forget say some of the regulations here, now the religious bodies them, now them be put them together. But I don't hear two statements from NACOVAC when make me feel say then self begin for add the yonde. Not to all things be come out from the religious bodies. So then self begin for add the yonde. Even though that one day now in agreement with the religious bodies, but maybe you will say something the one day they agree because they just want the places of worship to be opened. But if me feel say these regulations then follow them to the latter, I think say even to the way people and say they don't begin go pray, then go begin for offend defaulters. So you think say they are too harsh, or you feel say they're able to suppose for work with this particular regulation where we just lay at table so?
Triple-A, first of all, long get this clear. Me and you actually we don't know what in go behind the scenes for whether all of these things. All of these measures that we then put down a joint agreement between the Interreligious Council and NACOVAC. So we don't know much into that. But these are rigid, very, very strong, very, very strong. But having said that, I know say some of the facilities are not there, like state. Some of the facilities are not there. But to be honest, although they are strong, although they are very, very strong. But I believe, say, most of them will be able to practice them, to be honest with you. You think about things like social distancing. I think, say, we think help for regulate that in terms of capacity at the church. Right? And you talk about things low don't they do anyway, like wearing of mask, masking up, you get sanitizer, washing, which are the basic ones then? Which are the basic ones? I mean, washroom, we know we own country, we shall come out. The facilities are not always there. They are not always there. And sometimes when they see to the right all entire, forget say, we not get all what we need for ensure, and I make when they talk about these implementations. We don't write all entire, we forget say, we not get the facilities them we need for putting in place. But again, having said that, that don't mean say, we not for put those things down. If not something we go help, who say go help, it will help. Because say for some churches then and mosques then will likely get. So then we will follow those protocols. The one that we not get, then we'll go with the basic one and where they know say then we will observe. We not say if you don't get a washroom facility in a yard, so under normal circumstances, we will expect you to do that. That's not common sense, basically. Some of them here, we say not applicable. We say facility, we just get for use common sense because we don't get all the appropriate mechanisms for putting into place. But in most places, then I think the more important one, then to be honest with you, AAA, shows that. Sorry.
What to make a come with this now okay. Because me on Usamige for Komowa come into my submission for say if you say you're not able, not one. Because that's waiting me take now with all these regulations. If you before government go can lock church, then people can begin talk again say, oh government don't lock church, government don't lock mosque. Failing to you say you not be able for adhere to all the rules and regulation, just not open. Not to by force for make everybody open. Who don't know say able make it open? Who don't know say you can't meet with these regulations? Stay close. Now, so me feel, I don't know if I get a wrong feeling for thinking about that.
Well, you're partly right, because at the end of the day, it's what way you put measures in place, make sure, say, everybody observe the protocols then. And we say, say this, possible, simply just restrain from doing it. But also, don't forget about the good side, because to every bad thing, you get good thing as well. Let me make this quiet. This is very important. A lot of people, when they argue, you get to look at from that point again, from that perspective. A lot of people, when they argue, say the important role where the mosques and the church can play, they help one in terms of sensitization. Yeah, it is sensitized. And most people in Sierra Leone, or generally people then tend for listening to the religious leader. Anything where they tell them, no matter what, and they believe. Yeah? So that's a big advantage. In the same token, we go to mosques. That imam Tinapena, he preach to people then. Anything what you tell them. And if you listen to the enhanced measures then, I think I don't know if you reach that side, but I think you don't read that part there. Then say, listen to that, it's very, very important. Then say anything where the imam or the pastor, they preach, make sure, say, is sensitized. Yeah, educate the people about COVID-19. Let educate the people about COVID-19. Yeah, that is very important. That is, although there are disadvantages, anything where they do, you get advantage, you get disadvantage. But I think that is very important. And me know for sure, I don't see her. Yeah, so I don't see her. But you said we don't realize how we people in Africa, how they take pastor, how they take imam for anything where they And one of the things the world don't experience by this COVID-19, now the persistent denial. People and they deny constantly. Say the virus not there. Maybe the opening of the mosques and church, if the imam, they preach about this disease, and because it will do it publicly, it will be very difficult for them to criticize, to be honest with you, when they do it publicly. So people will believe. So you have to look at you have to look at the pros and cons. I understand your point, not for opening, but now that again you have to look at the place. COVID-19 can't for stay, or maybe it can't for stay with you for a while. You get to understand that part, Triple A. So we no go left, no more everything close. You get for the drum. And the other thing where I get for before I left you is this, then local lockdown therefore happen. We don't see it happen. Most parts of the world, which some certain parts then, where the thing flare up, where it rise, then for close this side of the like some institutions that we know see. I mean the testing is very important. Yeah? Any side, for example, if you say a certain district, the rate of infection don't increase back, it can shut them down. That are the tactics now where most countries in the use. Instead of you close the entire place down. Because COVID-19 is here to stay. Just therefore find ways where we're able to live with that. Basically, not than the talk. So locking or closing, will make sense. To be honest with you, because COVID-19 is whether they are for stay or they will with for a while. So we get for the device strategy, how we will live around with that. Carefully and gradually. Now that no more I can foresee. Thank you very much, Triple A.
All right, thank you very much, Usman Tony. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make we come with Dr. Aisatu. Make we waiting in get for today. Yes, Dr. Aisatu, you get a platform.
Hello, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Well, it's all evenings and mornings to many people around the globe. Really listen. Happy Monday and happy new week. Hoping for the best for all of us. And yes, we don't hear it. You would see they don't talk in terms of the guidelines then for opening the religious worship areas. Then I just will say I get like a concern for two areas. Then we can't to the timing in terms of how long the prayers then for the last and I think say for me why I feel say now a concern. Yes, each prayer, as Muslims, we pray 5 times, a day. Some of the prayers then could be shorter, if you do them individually. But the 15-minute time frame, I'm concerned about will be so that the individual, each of the prayers and during the day, and also the 30 minutes, we forbid the Juma prayer. I'm concerned about the greatly because, during Juma prayers, before the prayer they commence, people can come in and do the 2 rakah, and after that, while they do that, the kutubah can start with the imam they preach on topics we can last at least 30 minutes. So sometimes, it can go, up to 45, but yes, they can decide for keep that at the 30-minute mark. But I believe, say, the time we would then get for pray till then they done for pray, will require additional, 10 minutes, and then even after the prayer itself, people then get for sit down and get for make dua. That not within me in terms of where you go for good pray Friday prayers, and 30 minutes, I just feel saying that's not the appropriate time, we can't do Juma prayers, and also, because, as I say, you get for pray before, wait for the kutubah and then make the dua, and then people then get for the go out. If you make on somehow, you really not help the community. You don't want to let the community really adhere to it, because then at this point, people then just could feel say, well, what's the purpose? You know, if I did go, the time where I did go is like, and I know they even get the time for worship, you know, the Almighty Allah, the way I'm supposed to worship Him, you know, because everybody get your own way, you know, how it is, you know, putting hand up to God, you know, in terms of prayer, the dua, like everybody, they answer. Yeah, it might take, you know, 5-10 minutes, but I think, you know, it's not appropriate. The timing, that should be 1 hour. You know, flat rate. It just has to be 1 hour. You know, people then get our time before the prayer, the kutuba, they start, do the kutuba for the 30 minutes, and then the other 15 can last for people and they finish up and for left. You know, and when it comes to the regular, you know, daily prayers, then, you know, not everybody get for go. Now the mosque, most people then can pray in a house, you know, especially women then can pray in a house. The man then can go in the most of the time, you know, and then back not to everybody to go. So then therefore consider that there. I think for me, I feel sit down there and for extend unto half an hour. Why? You know, for half an hour, give them time for prayer. Within that time, it's not even crowded as, you know, the Juma, right? Same goes for the churches. I believe it says 30 minutes or an hour, you know, that again, you get to understand. People are really going to church all the time. Then they go to church, you know, once in a Sunday. There you get some people that we can go pray because, you know, something is going on in their life. They go by themselves and things like that. You don't mention, say, social distancing. People don't go for adhere to that. People don't try to get their own prayer mat, you know, and make sure they wear their mask. Make sure they check temperature, hand washing, you know, before they go in and out, you know, so that they not transmit this virus in any way possible, you know. And the imam and the pastor then are very good stakeholders, them, and I know people then go for they listen to them when they preach. At the beginning of each prayer session, then we always announce this to the Jama, you know, for saying, you know what, this is not something for we all. And I'm very much assured and I believe, say, you know, waiting and they tell you in a mosque and waiting and they tell you in a church, people and they listen to that more than many different things that I will tell you, you know, so, and especially Salon. And I know you concerned about the fact that, you know, they're not mentioned there as worship areas and we know to just Islam and Christianity, you know, I believe, say, since some of the one way they go to a temple, you know, then you timing and maybe it will come around. Maybe then we'll consider that. We'll see how many people they can actually show up. I'm not too familiar with how then they practice and how then they pray. Yes, you know, other than what I don't see on a movie, but I believe say themselves will be included so that they don't feel left out, you know, but at the same time, we want for the NACOVAC look into that timing. It will be a concern. Yes, you will find people them, but when you find that you don't get any warning as you rightfully say, you know, but the measure we put in place, is it realistic, right? I don't feel say that timing is realistic. As we talk about the SMART criteria, as they always use for way they deal with any issue for see how best, you know, whether it's specific, measurable, you know, action oriented, you know, realistic, and the T when at time, that's not there the time comes falls. And so it's really not realistic in what they are saying right now in terms of the Juma prayer, in terms of the individual daily prayers, when 5 times a day, and also the time when they go to church on a Sunday. You know, that's not something we I believe they need for look into. But at the same time, we want for like everybody, you know, adhere, law understand, say this virus here, so COVID-19, it transmits. You know, new data from the CDC, about 40% can transmit the virus, you know, without even exhibiting no symptoms, right? So that's why the disease is spread so quickly because you don't know. You know, the incubation period is 14 days, 2 to 14 days. That's a long period of time. Trust me, somebody could go on if they have a strong immune system without presenting anything. When they don't present anything, then they're not the community. Then they wear masks. You know, it makes it very hard. You know, the hand washing, I'm sure people are getting, you know, but in terms of the mask wearing, the social distancing, they do know what to do, but they just have not, they're not taken seriously. That's where the problem is. Right, and that I will even tell you within the people that we in America here, Africans now they listen to what team and they tell them. It's very difficult. You know, I could attest to that. Even yesterday was one of those days, and I felt like I'm gonna I don't know what I wanted to do, but it was tough. I'm going to tell you that. You know, you tell them, some have the mask on, some don't. And it's like, I'm here now telling them, no, you have to wear it. And then they keep telling me, I went somewhere. And then they're like, oh, take your mask off so you can take a picture, or take your mask off. I said no. And then other people look at me, they're like, those that know me, know my profession, say, she's not doing it. She's a doctor. She's not doing it. So it's like, I'm not doing it, but there are people around me that not listening. So it makes it very hard. And we have to accept that, you know, as Africans, sometimes we get problems. We not like for listen. Then now looking, now I see where the problem is coming from. So it's not no more na Salo Africa. This na the country, the continent will come out. We just feel say, okay, everybody will see for just hug them. Everybody will see, okay, you know, no, I don't think so. Let's understand the science behind this, right? Let's see what's happening to states that decided to open so quickly in America, and what's happening right now. Or the ones that didn't listen, they're reporting 12,000 cases in a single day. So this virus is not playing, and it's not ready to go nowhere yet. But if we adhere to all the things that have been put in place and take it very seriously, we can live with COVID-19, go on with daily lives, go on with this thing until vaccine come up, until treatment come up. So Namiyo word dandy to all Sierra Leoneans. It's a tough one for people to see them, you know, telling you do this, because why? For protect you and protect your community and protect your loved ones them. But they do them because we want for make sure we work together collectively. This is not a single job. This is not everybody in job, not a difficult one. So Lord, just do this and it will do better for the country. Now me don't take that for tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah. Make a count, us friend. Make we waiting and get for we. Yes, us friend, you get the platform.
Yeah. Thank you, beautifully. Thanks to the previous speaker and the previous analyst there. I mean, see what I see inside this issue. The first thing I think you are light and small, wherein actually most of the thing there, the procedure, the way they detail in church, where then practices there, at least a next suggestion, then they then bring, then give the government, then the government add up their own guidelines, especially like that temperature and other things. But that temperature issue, then they talk about, first of all, I want to talk today. They observe one of the I call them the one of them committee member, one of the mainstream media this morning. If they try to talk about, say, at some point, you don't know now the final decision meeting, waiting come up there, where they mention about the use of thermometer. Because anyway, able for check number for person for knowing temperature high, they go inside most. Because they put a regulation, so that temperature forget. But they therefore say the device is available to them first. If not all man get. But if it look like it's not to all man get. So that's why the guy for talk say back. In the temperature, they get certain temperature where not to all kind of temperature na COVID or so on and so forth. So that point they argue on. So because of the agreement that end up for come from the government side, they finally give the decision, say, well, the argument will come from the other side, we will give the decision for medical. So they say, well, all my temperature for check. But the problem can be the availability of the things then. I don't want they try to see if they will able to help the people there, forget them. But when you look at people and they pray in a mosque, it's different a bit with the churches there with the times of frequency for come. Even though now they get midweek prayers, but still you don't go reach the amount where people have for pray that 5 times in 7 days. So you find out, say, the people who they pray that 5 times, then they pray and but not to most of the time inside the mosque. But because most of them are businessmen there, or they get areas where they can't hustle, that area there they find a small side like when they talk about people who they pray na side their way not to real mosque. When then people they find accommodation like that the way they did na Victoria Park here, they will get one side where they go meet up for go pray. So now so they usually do, but that place and then now the government for tries to say this na in don't day for years, ever stop. So if now then the frequency of the people and they Let we help them for put waiting and waiting they will put. Even if na them mobile, it don't go easy for bring mobile toilet or other things, but anything we will help for them, we will able to support them. We say left now, we should have for advise into conditions. That point they back, I want for bring them up, let them go able for see, then go able for think of that side. Because if you go just say na mosque no more, you find out say the mosque, now people are not holding at the locality that Sunday. But if you then near outside people in the hostel, so they can go there. But majority are then small places and they can't talk about. Then he come out to the laying of hands back. Laying of hands, that's how at least they bring them up, they grieve for them. But only hope say now they go abide to them. Because that one day the Muslims there, then they take a kind of a spiritual healing, a spiritual care. Then the Christianity and then are more of invoking the spirit and other things. But if they believe, say, these are the times when things are chaotic, then we'll even use this platform for even pass the message more. Say, these are the things when the Bible don't talk, these are the things the Quran don't talk, will not help for see and so folk do. These are times where not to things they're normal. These are times when they don't say they go come at the time. We don't see them, they come small, they go, small, they go. But now these are all over. It go, it come back. All those avenues they use and almost so and be able to help the people there. They will understand. Then themselves, if they not be so ready, like one church, one mosque will see now. I don't know the church there is this one you know it. The church where they show today now, I think Congo Congo some side. Some people they not be abide. See one person can inside the mosque, who want for going no the other side in one faith, who they allow for go inside. So they're not allowed for go inside because you don't get mask. So they ask them for pay. They set confusion at the gate. The other side, now they all man inside they get mask. Then actually observe that 6 feet. You see the rows there because the mosque is big. Then the other one are just a small side corner. People then be look a bit not observe 6 feet there. That they show back that they one of the mainstream media. So I want to hope say then go able for monitor them. But would I go monitor them? Then they say that them for monitor themselves. But I don't know if once on the while then go back, then go enforce for say we get possible for come look around, not only maintain social mainstream media for go give you information. Let us say get people who they go there, they will get her in detail. Then tomorrow, if you can't find investigation, we don't get the real facts. If the mainstream media go pull on, like that issue na McKinney for that issue there, for that AYV then okay, so likely you know it will hold water for some reason. But if they go, then not the way mainstream and they will able to act. So it's up to them how for look into that one day. Then you come back to the area where how they call about this support. For even and the building them for them will try and outside the main mosque the mosque they will not get themselves they help them outside they need for help them financially so that there is money towards the COVID so they will just stretch a little bit. We will not say go do things are difficult, but it's all an area where they will able to say now for that the money cannot dispense. These are the vital areas then. I think they would go on every day community prayers then. So if they allow people there, they will give them a certain guidance. Then we will support them towards that one day based on how themselves they cooperate. So then two things they are. So now I hope say at some point they will reach to them because they're not able to maintain based on the daily money they collect for maintain anything they are for water for day all these things. Then the chlorine, what they read about some place they use for wash hand, and obviously say ideal. Because I don't know if it's wrong information or wrong call them, but I believe some place that they use chlorine, dilute them for water, put them. But that one day it only good for disinfect place more than washing hands. But I believe people don't begin to bring up that one day back. So please then they advise them to stop them. But only hope them will abide to that one day, let things then able to go before. Then why finally the people like they say there is a difficulty in people that for go test, then people that forget, let's say vaccine day. Some people that will prefer for go for do one thing and the other. But yonder now, why people that they fear for go for the test is because the stigma would be behind then the area where they feel say them going up for care you go, you know, and let people them isolate from them. You want to socialize the family, then the area backward they go until to find place. So people are not even willing to go for the test. When you compare Naya, we all man be the rush for go. 10,000 people want the test. So you see the two areas because they feel say the mechanisms they would put in place if they test you Naya, what you go do, then we either ask you na host, depending on how they feel, they don't come up, or they put in hospital. But yonder now, people that they feel say na bill list they would go to keep them, would they not go like them. So it can't become a typeface. Yeah, now some people don't want the vaccine. Then the folks forget the vaccine, but they want for test. Because they don't trust on the vaccine in phases, they don't undergo it, all the phases. So all that thing then they get for affects alone because they don't know say the age then people only die now more of 70s them with boku because of the population, people that they live now longer for some reason so God make and then because of economic other problem. Then Africa, when you look at the death rates, I've been looking at this at WHO, it's alone about 50, 40 something between 50, they don't now more they die. So the more they work for live for that years of 70 for meet up this year with underlying issues, then also boku based on the viral transmission mode, the mode of transmission will go there. Now for that people now they afraid too much it. Then they say why people they die and that we know, but here we had well die not this small. So let them cover up. I go come out, I know wear mask. So all that one day it get for be a problem. But as time they go on them for always find a way for let the people they know. And they see some people that they tell them now. I don't know about how they will do. Then that area finally for that test, I think there is something where the communication they go on wrong. Whether tuberculosis they not actually endorse the money for get that thing where they do the test faster, and then they not even get specific people they will for just try put the data together so that they will able to give them when the mathematics and other things involved. Now that one day the people are not able to give time for whether they get for delegate that duty, the lab then they under a different committee, then the man they now would represent the lab, but in the on the NACOVAC when a brigadier give out. So they get for dedicate somebody within the lab area for put this information for them, then go they give them at a time. They're not going to say then wait for the how many weeks? I think 10 weeks. Now free time before they expire. When the 10 weeks done before they give the results. So that people then will able to forget and 10 weeks about a month and a half. So I only hope they will get person who will able to do that work for them. So now I'm here and my contribution for tonight. Thank you very much and very God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, it is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get the platform. What's your contribution?
My contribution for tonight is some of the regulation the way they put. I mean, some nice, some not nice, you know. And not fair, and we know we people. Like they always say, Salom and Bana, not so fanatic. And I believe say some of them think they are not so all churches and all mosques go able to comply to them because of the environment where they did, because of the population, or because of the way things they go. I mean, if they use some of the regulation there, they go fine. I mean, you don't say the right word. If you see say you're not going to obey all them rules, but then no obey your church or no obey your mosque. Because the man will just go there, we feel it. The imam or the pastor go try to put things in place. He will do everything what they say, but the member them, now they get the issue. You don't see the members, some man go cancel by this thing and now they don't begin to use the pastor. Some man go want the topic a different way now. Now they don't begin to use the pastor there or the imam there for care we say for the 19 days. We just get stubborn people that no matter what you do. But all the same, the government need for good strategy in place. I mean, now they're not going to say they're not going to open. Now they don't open, but with the threatening, whether the threatening, I say they go lock them or find them or all that, to me, it's the kind of threatening, you know, to me. Because if you advise me one, and I accept the second time they lock me church or they lock me mosque, it's like kind of way like if you look at the threatening. Today I made the way me ask them the question whether they give a review. I listen. I read the question the way you ask them. They try for even they dodge Jesus, you know, because they not go in directly to the question. From when they don't promise, they're not able to deliver. They don't fail the people there. Just like when they made enter the crazy officer, AYV, how you don't fail the people. They for resign. The human rights, some of them need for resign because they not do the right thing and now they can't with. Because these rules that we don't see from the one, they don't pass face masks. If they work on a street, we not get space. We not see they do anything with them. We not see no arrest. We not see no community service. We not see no videos where we say, oh, this was here, the one kind of speech is not put in patient. So my punishment is they pass clean gutter. Will not say nothing like that. Now when I churches now, maybe some of these pastors and imams, some of them are the friends there. Maybe they're not going to even close them. Some of them are the friends there or the family or somebody or connection go there. You know, we just go say the closer, maybe you know the person. So they like to come up with better concrete regulation where go work for everybody in favor. And we will say no threat, not the day. The pastor, the imam will follow the what he said, but now the people there, imagine the people that will deal with, you know. Yeah, so that's the good me for tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, who you talk to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the thing we talk about, and I will just put on you, if you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, get out, you know. When you say the guidelines for input, if they know for comply with it, if they don't say they can't, they don't need for open, you know, which makes sense, and not true statement, you know. The other thing is this internal monitor. I have a problem with that, you know, because how you go give, put it in another way, you go give the hyenas them for watch the chicken, you know. You go put the people already in charge of the church them for a mosque for monitor within the happiness whether they comply or not. You think they will report for you close them? It doesn't make any sense to me. They will have an independent body, like Mr. Tolly say, where they come in, you know, do spot check, random, they inform them, they come and check, you know. And the only way they're able to determine whether they comply or not. But you put somebody who is a part of the system for monitor itself. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's all I have for today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Man, Nakovac not serious, man.
I know that they talk.
It's not Mike from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get the platform.
Nakovac not serious, man. And they put regulation for people who they go pray. They put regulation for people who they go to beach, where they go enjoy themselves. It's funny, man. It's not funny. Them people are funny, man. And they're not serious about this year, man. They're not serious about this year. They play with the people in life. Yeah, you go put all type of regulations so the people are not going to go to the mosque or the church. Me not too care about religion because me not day into too much religion. But when the people that want to go pray, give them a chance for let them go pray. None of them spend too much time there. People that they go to the beach now, all around the place, and they spend all day, all night at the place, and they don't give them regulation. I don't bother them. So people that want to go pray, they use them believe in, and they bother them. And I'm not serious, man. You know, if they're serious, they will provide all into the bucket and everything for the people, so they will not say they mean business. When they give them people a regulation, where they don't say the people are not going to be able to afford anything. I mean, your contribution, I don't know.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah. Good evening, I call from USA.
You get the platform.
Thank you. I want to start first with the testing. They're not serious about the testing. Myself, now, if I'm in a salon, I don't go take that free testing. I don't know however you call it, the screening testing. The reason why I don't go do we all see how they maltreat people where they test positive for COVID, just like what you in the regular phone say. Vicky never say if you pray for God, let you not test positive. We see how they abuse people where test positive, how they maltreat you, abuse you. So we'll go and go really test. For let them go put you prison, like not even prison, like a slave, just because you test positive. So it's not possible for anybody go. Then they're not serious about it. If they mean serious about it, why they not start with themselves, then the employer, themselves, mean say because they work their immune to the disease. Why they not set they do like a role model in the Jamia, all them waiting at the Nakubac team, then go do the test. Then government can make mandatory for say anybody, just like when they make the mask, anybody that work at any government, once you're a government employee, whether you're an MP, minister, whether you work at a building, as long as a government employee, why can't you start from them if you really want to do that test we they talk of. I mean, even see today we they ask the question, I see when they refuse for answer the question, because we will ask the man, say, how many people willing for go? That was a very simple question to ask, but they know, say, no, when you not go, then just dodge the question from you. I hope say like miss people and don't tire now. Even Lamran as you say, don't guess for the ask question. I mean, not the follow up because some for you, because we can post them, so I can see you posting because of that and the follow up. Then when you come back from the Muslim, then becoming a Muslim, just like the same way Dr. Isa to feel, I feel the same way. To me, I feel say that is a pure discrimination against the Muslim then. The Friday prayers, I can understand, say, you go talk about all the protocols the way they put, social distancing, hand washing, face mask, and temperatures. But for go talk, say, you dey go determine how the Muslim for pray, you can as well just continue for close the mosques then, because just like what I started to say, we'll go for prayers and we your religion, they don't even allow you for even like that sensitization and talk about, they can't allow you for sensitize. We do not do announcement for we your religion. We want a Goldman they do in two sunnah, the Imam can, as the Imam enter, he preach. It's just like if you're not a teacher, or like when you get a topic that you don't take it in a subject, you don't take this particular topic for lecture. You know the person get for plan in teaching everything. You don't go just go tell and say now within such and such a time, you go just rush because you go this spiritually, you want to concentrate. And this is just once a week you get her. And after the Imam don't preach done, una pray. After prayers, then they make what they call the dua, like what the Christian, whether inside with your language now, like what you ask God for all them kind thing then day where you worry about, you talk that. And so I don't feel say it really fair for the Muslim, like go tell them say they for just do 30 minutes. And also I'm not even saying any reason to make them close both the churches and the mosques, even though originally I supported. But lately now, to me, I feel it's just discrimination. The reason why I say so, yeah, they lock mosques in church, but the purpose of it is for the social distancing and because of the mask. But over there, the markets there, we are not closed. They're not for the close. We all those in essential commodities. But what intervention? They don't suffer any consequence throughout the lockdown. The beaches they not suffer any consequence. And the other danger backward, even sorry for the mosques and the church there. With their young stupid mentality, say because you test positive for COVID, you for there now on lockdown indefinitely, where the lockdown, where one person test the lockdown. So what about in case one person tests positive? Because those same people that are going to, especially with the Muslims, I know say majority of them petty traders, the most of them are free Sunday, they are Muslims. They still not they follow the social distancing at the markets anyway, then just be lucky they not test them. So now because they don't go and mock. So you want to me say now if one person at that market say go test positive now or at the church, you go for isolate everybody we don't go play at that mosque at that church forever. So I don't really understand. And especially the way they do them policy, because even today self made them test me and my job now they test me every week. But like I always say, it doesn't mean that because somebody is positive, you go for punish the other not positive. The other two positive, then keep you aside until clear you can't join the other crowd. So I don't really understand what in the lack of work they about, because Jamil injustice don't they lie, no answer question. So I mean I feel say it's really unfair to be the Muslim and the way they treat me now. That's how I felt as a Muslim. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kola. Thank you, ma.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Yes, Kola, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Good evening. This is Ibrahim from Maryland.
You get the platform, Ibrahim.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the platform. Them people are now indirect way made them say that you must then close and the church then continue for close. Because then kind of regulation that I would put for the people, so they really know say they don't get for you to follow all the regulations there. I remember 2 weeks ago the mosques told me they go, they open the mosques, but then say we for do pre-registration before somebody they go there in case of then test anybody with now COVID-19, so then they trace now all. But still we do social distancing, but in not give a specific time we for spend at the mosque. We follow the rules, then say we for distance ourselves, then make the marking we say everybody for sit down, then they say even when they go, you have to go to your pray mat. Because the mat within at the mosque, they cover with tarpaulin, So where you don't mark, we go to your own prayer mat, now they pray, you sit down. But you not give specific time, say, now this time now for spend a mosque before now commodity. But if they don't put that regulation in day, then say them for start people in a mosque, we be say they don't get time. The person get for prepare for go lecture people what you get for give someone for the day. To me, it don't make sense. People when they go about their business and they go na them beach, then they don't give them regulations. People they go na the beach, so they don't get mask. What they see, what they happen as alone. Me, most of the time, even when they talk yesterday, the day before yesterday, I mean about the audios then they upload na YouTube. Not no day when they upload na YouTube na salon something one they watch. Even the one we upload yesterday, I don't watch it. I enjoy having. So not no day they go na salon one they watch. Because they not upload na YouTube or na social media, but if they go na social media they watch it. So then people I mean just say no more. Let the mosque and church then continue for they close. Let people then continue for they now they always for pray. But to me it don't make sense. So na main contribution down there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kola. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, Kola, you live on your name and where you call from?
Hello, Triple A. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name Amarasa. I call from Australia.
Yes, Amara.
Yeah, one thing. Yeah, we come to place of worship or law, everything. I think we the Freetonians then we know they obey the laws. Then you want the way they apply, then they obey. I know one mention, and then they call the name. To this measure, always Nakova don't be, then decide for close the church, then they observe how things get for go. Even the states where in Australia, then be open church, mosques, 20 people, but when the case don't arrive, they don't care and go back to five people, the pastor and the one the way they sing, that they no more online. And 5 people in the go to church. We will go to the church, we just the dinner with house, we watch them online. That's it. Up to this time here. You know, when government refuse to open church, people in the complain. Now they don't open, they just get for put measure place. The sick a day around, people in the way they go and deny say corona not the. If you not put measure again, people are just they go, then they sick go rampant, then at the same government they go give bad name. You know, we Sierra Leone, especially the Freetonians, we had for deal with. Trust me. And that no more me get for say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kola.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Kola, you live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Triple Enemy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Pa, thank you very much, my brother. My brother dear left acting for me, but hey, this show, now you show, if you want to cut me at any time, you can cut me off, but today on, I get something for say. Me, I'm Muslim. The people on we born me, I'm Muslim. I grew up in a Muslim house. Chimney Central Mosque, na Oldfield Street to be precise. But waiting me need for saying is, I don't go to church too. The Muslim religion, now law-abiding religion. We go abide. So you question where they say if it is too much, it's not too much. Because this morning, I've been watch AYV. I don't know which mosques down there where they go. The imam where they do very, very well. They separate the people then get the mark inside the mosques, everything they in place. And the imam say even with the camera they cannot do. People are with the car inside and tell them say una wait, patch down, then una safe car inside. It will go well. Because for too long, with people that don't sit down, some of the people that all that they know is religion now. They all want to stop. All what they know is religion. For go pray. You know, where you can't keep them it's not a good thing. You know, so then go abide to the law. But what me they say now is, where one lay give me chance now regarding waiting the hypocrite where they go on at the country with this government and the COVID-19 people. Then they see things and when they go right, then they go after them. Wake up and religion, they get all that difficult and then tough rules here against church and mosques. But quite honestly with you, them people here, like say the opposition, they need to listen to them. Like say the APC party not get one respect for SLPP and the SLPP government. The reason why I say that, we don't get 3 APC funeral then. You watch Momo Content funeral this Friday? You see the crowd? You see any social distancing? You see any mask? Policeman them been there. Soldier man them been there. You see the former Minister of Education and funeral? Even the area Usa Komona, Eastern Afrobe, we've been there one way Honorable Odai de Keru. You can see funeral, you see anybody, because APC, they're not abide this, they're not get one respect for this government. Anything will come as long as they're not to them pass them. Once now this government pass them, they need to abide, because it's simple. The time where this man sit down, where they pass them lawyer about this COVID-19, the man make and the president that they talk about, make them plain and simple about burial. How many people have forgone burial? How many people have forgone graveside? They talk loud and clear. Show me any one of them well-known APC member who don't pass this past 2 months or 3 months. Where you see that happen? In fact, anything what this government and this president say, APC, they come and defy them. If once not to their own way, it's not right. But when it comes on church and mosques, now they pull the Muslim, they pull all kind law, them all kind things. If we not abide, then people that not abide, then go shut them down. Why they not shut Momo Conte a funeral Friday? Why they not shut that former Minister of Education a funeral? Look at the crowd. The people and they all kind red, then get on and they put on they put all kind things on their social media, red movement. Nobody I not see anybody talk about that. Where it come from this COVID-19. Crowd like that, they not big crowd like that one day. Now we for worry about. Now COVID-19 ones. We all see them. Not a single law or regulation or anything where this government they say where APC they respect. Like say they APC they bully them, then they turn around and bully religion. And then same APC people when they cannot trust, they listen. Because a lot of them be in that Mokswa city today, because these are APC and SFPP people. But they listen, they all abide. Even if you remember when the lawyer can maybe if you ask that question, they say, we Muslims will go pray, we don't used to that tightness, that closeness. But then listen to the Imam today. They put all the space them, just like how get an ayah, where they get in 6 feet, mark them. And the Imam talk them. All man they abide, then get boys and what they don't organize, now that church, now that mosque day, we'll go for the show people and tell people and waiting for do. And the people they're ready because they don't sit up for too long, where they not go pray. They're ready for do that. You see all the spacing. Well, watch today live. Now AYV this day. We go do them. But let them bully and pass all that kind of lawyer when they're your opposition, when a APC will not get one respect for it. When then they do things that they do them go free. Now that's not me on take today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, Tripoli, good evening. Me na Hassan, I call for London.
Yes, Hassan, we don't close the line, so make we do one quick.
Okay, yeah, not a long talk anyway. Just now respond to this last caller, you understand it? The way they come up with a point is kind of like na politics business you take out, you understand? Not a politics you take on. And not physically get any reason for mention people that we don't die, they mention by the crowd. They not get for die. Well, that's they not necessarily, not so APC pass law. Now, SFPP pass law. Not so SFPP pass law, not so APC pass law saying that this amount they forget amongst, and that amount they forget amongst. Understand? When somebody don't die, funeral and funeral. Understand? When you see even the one the way they in control, they don't even mention that, they don't even put implementation for that, because they know say everybody they die. Well, if I come up with that kind of thing, you know, I don't respond to the way make, I'm not happy with. Understand? Like the church and the mosques, I believe they don't go abide, because everybody want to go worship God. Everybody want to worship God. If you be mentioned like beach business, you go say, okay, that's fair enough. You understand enjoyment to the group. But this is not death. Nobody know glad for that. Look, all the one the way die, way to get mentioned. Then they left the guy and didn't soul, rest in peace. They don't go. Yeah? I'm not going to burn the time anyway, and I'm your own contribution on the table. Thank you very much for the time you give me, yeah?
All right, thank you very much, Hassan.
Thank you very much, man. Good night.
Yeah, thanks. Mm-hmm. Government, no force, no church, no mosque for open. If you church, you mosque, no say, all waiting government put in place, you no go able for doing. No open. No open. Because the next thing we know one for ye, now for say, you fall short of the regulations the way government don't put in place, then can lock your church or your mosque, then people then begin for talk say, government don't lock church and mosque. They no force you for open. If you feel say you not meet up with any regulations, yeah, me feel say not open. Not open. Make people then continue for do another area day, another business area day. Make people then continue for do am like how them be don't use for do am. But if you know say you dey open, make sure say you follow wetin government say. Because if you not follow wetin government say then go lock your place. Simple. And if all man no say enable, make all man lock. Una go meet government back. Say what will be say not to una do so, but if now una don't put in regulations here. When me feel say yes, una give una yon, because according to what in NACOVAC don't tell we 1 or 2 times, people in NACOVAC don't talk. It's like una be don't give una yon, but since now then they on top of everything, then we get for add the yon for make everything taste fine. So in case you feel say, you're not able, not to by force, not to by faith, no open. Now, because for the day just now, we don't go lock church or mosque, people then begin to say, they don't go lock church. Now, because you know the waiting government say, if you know so you not meet up, no open, they not force you. Would I meet up, make it open? And you say for open, follow the rules and regulations. If you feel say, you no go meet up, no open. This Boko talk no did. Because people don't see the almost month. So not to say because government say, you still need, you self can still say, okay, we self still observe. We self still observe. If not to be in season, you go say, una do social distancing at the compound. Una scatter everything, una can do anado, out to the every day, or the day una they meet up. But now, because of the rain season, you go say that one they had for deal with. Yeah? Because when it come to say, 50% of the number, church and mosque, they know they call register, whether they go inside today, whether they can pray today. Yeah? Because another one way you go and think just now, let's say, mosque, Friday prayer. People then come boku, pass mark. They say they don't take 50% of the number where they inside. But no say salon, the numbers there, man, you already know. That one for capacity will not sabi, we now overflow now sabi. Then the people that were inside the compound can pass mark. NACOVAC no go can give them fine back, say they have a lot of people back, they not do social distancing inside the compound. Since you know they call register for say today, now on 50, now on no more they get for pray. So even today, where people then say, yes, look, then we go to that mosque, then we do video. Yes. But let's make Friday come. We know Friday Kinzalek. We know. Let not be say the amount of people where they don't say, now then they inside with the proper social distancing, done inside the compound now, or front of the place. People then crowd the day they wait for go inside. When they want the day they come out in the jamboree, they want the whole day now do. So how the social distancing go happen? Then government can say, hey, wait will be told now, don't want to now. Then the imam, not when they can't imam now, do say, almost 100 people now no can't today. Inside, yes, you go able to say the number of people they can inside. But I'm talking about outside. I they talk about them mosque them with the na them market area. Now they talk about because some places then they can get an street and pray and then come aside them. But they talk about the mosque within the market areas them. Where beaucoup people them now they then can go pray. Now they talk about. Eh? Where then don't they inside and say na 20 people no man ain't go able to do this proper one. Let me say the 20 people don't they inside. Don't I do? You get 80 people they wait. How this go work? Because the not for call register. Say now they pray today, so now 20 for come. Now they pray today. So it's a difficult one. If you feel say then at that kind of area, they will go difficult for you for monitor the people them. Because government don't say na your responsibility. Na your responsibility. Eh? Your responsibility. Oh. So if na your responsibility, then you go say the imam and the pastor na the young grande. Or you go get person where they cannot do. For can say, no, una don't pass mark too much, una go first, go outside. Let's say Sunday service. Go outside. When the person don't the rest of the don't care. The 30 people where the church go able to take in proper social distancing don't come. They get 100 people who they wait and they don't rest down for Sunday service. Whose side then they go with? And if they get to themselves, they don't flout the law. Nakovac cable can warn them. The next Sunday, if it happen again, they lock the church. So, I agree say people and they listen to the religious leaders them. But this side when me they come out now they talk so. Eh? This side when me they come out they talk so about that crowd. Because for way they inside and talk fine. But you don't know how many people they can today for can pray. So if the people in campus mark, the number of people in the inside, they want to not do, who side they wait? And we shall be with people there. Even this, if in the third batch, you go still one slide for then at the second batch for make you go inside. Because if you say your gent pass all man. So still yet, when they open, you can still talk to the people there. Say, if you're able to come, fine. But if you say you're not able, they are allowed to do like how you be the doing before. Do like how you be the doing before. Because if not, at the Tokamo, I sabi with people there. I sabi them. I sabi with people there. Now we mosque door open. Church door open. Then they listen to what? Yes, they do. But then what happen inside? I'm talking about when the overcrowding happen. So now I make me the advice. If you say, after you take 10, you call your people them. One of the stakeholders then at the church and mosque. So now watch and fine. So now if you say, this is big for una level. Una lock. Then go do amu. Then go lock the mots. Then go lock the mots. Okay. I'm going to say to keep pull don't talk. Then go lock the mot the wire. I see am pade. And if you flout the rule, no we can say just then a pagan, then they need waiting self because we are Iboku, where church and mosque be locked. So now they don't put their own law. If you feel say Yibo abide, these are not normal times. Now you for understand. These are not normal times. If you say Yibo abide, Yibo make you people a reward, and you get enough space for make everybody go with social distancing. Say the other one, they would inside, they come out, now they go inside. Me feel say this 15 minutes, and 30 minutes, all then landing away for deter people. All landing away for deter people and not for go pray na mosque. Because you go think and say, hey, I don't all preparation, I don't do all this for go around the number for 15 minutes. I not go pray in a house. All landing a tactic na so me feel. I might be wrong. That's what I feel. But say then they find way back for make people and feel one kind way say, hey, well. Because if you dey far, you do Usa church they far. No, by the time you left Usa, you tell you reach and there and say the place don't full up. And you don't swank down for go you first Sunday. And you don't get that patience day for it. My dear, you in this alone, be wise and make wise decision. You're not follower or you're not leader or make wise decision. And then the number me get for say on this matter. Now they left everything for today. We just hope say leaders and followers, religious leaders and religion followers then go make wise decision after they don't go through this one, proper one. Proper one. And the inter-religious council then say for go around and make the people understand what's in the inside this thing. Because the other man not get different interpretation. Okay. We'll go there back on Tuesday, tomorrow. As I've been saying, I don't upload a video. The road trip from Waterloo to Moyamba Junction. I will count the other one from Moyamba Junction to inside Moyamba town. I see a lot of people and they say, oh, smooth ride. It seems smooth, eh? Salud. Yeah, I'm glad nobody not judge me driving. Because I people be the driver, nobody not judge me driving. But hey, then get speed bump there. We know they get warning for safe. You know they even get warning for them speed bump there. You know the one no. And some, hey, then they know to now for polymotoka. For polymotoka. But when you see the drive, it's like, oh, it's smooth, and then get to one pothole them. Yeah. Just imagine they on smooth ride, they just can't meet one pothole from nowhere. But nevertheless, it was a good one. To me, it was a good one. It was a good trip. And just looking at those videos now, it make her feel like if I say, okay, definitely we'll go for do another one. Simba J. Cole say like the music them. Oh yes, you know, so when you're in at the freeway, when you're in at the highway, you get for, you know, you ever play right. You ever play right. Michael, they asked from 91 to Moyamba. No, from Waterloo to Moyamba. You ever play right. If you know what I'm it, go to Sierra Network Production on YouTube and watch Road Trip. Maybe not the speed bump them. Man, the speed bump them they're not funny. Like you get for be really cautious when you drive. The sign not there for say speed bump there. It's just they appear para. Tell the people and don't say on the highway. The people and then just they they lay the speed bump there, just like that. Say them motokaya, they teach the lesson. They teach the lesson, but it is what it is in our country. It was good though. I'm not gonna lie. So the next day we'll go Salon back, we'll go for find different districts now for go waka. So don't go south and southeast, so go for go now the north and the northeast. Make you see waiting there happy nobody. If you get opportunity for see the toll over there, who will still they pay toll for while the road is still ongoing. And then they even divert to you. See that diversion inside that village? Me, I'm not sabi and that one. Decide why I sabi. Now the name that you see I put, so decide I not sabi well. Now in that. See that diversion inside that village? Mike, I will say, you see I cut the video. Yeah, Mike, I go cut them because you already know. I'm not going to left everything, you know. Yeah, I'll be here for cut time. But that's salon for you. If you don't see where you don't see that area there, trust me. You see the wide view we will give you, eh? Give you, take a nice. I say I network no more can do so. Let me say cut bluff small bar. I say I network no more I can do so. Yeah, we take a nice, so give you good view, make you see, and give you sweet music back. Okay, we can say from McKinney to Kono. Yeah, you never know. The next trip will go Salon. Never know. He left way back now, wait to decide. I tell her, say me one wave to win a road because in past win that blue van. Oh yeah, I be see you. I be see that blue van there. Okay, yeah, Michael Cabo, they agree, say the speed bump them from 90, Masheka to 91. Yeah, very, 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 the speed bump them, man. They really need to do something about that. I remember they talked to somebody before I go, and I first advised me, say, my brother, he said, not gonna need to. He said, because the speed bump, they waiting a road. They not put sign. It's like the people that within them villages and they, and then can and not to one say 3. So na 3, so na 4, so na 9, then they make an 3. 9, 3 sets. And so then they pack on the road. And so then pack on. Moses Flomo say Tripoli waiting at the speed limit. I think at 80 kilometer. 80, yes, 80 kilometer. But it was a good one, though. He left now, landing at the sweet part of the ride. We ever seen now the bumpy parts. When I'm from Moyamba Junction to inside Moyamba. That's not funny. They're on construction, though. Because even inside Moyamba, people in the talk. He said, PZ to Eastern Police. May they go tiff the camera. Now they not go able. They cannot lie. The camera was fixed na the car, then go tiff. Oh yes, I pay attention to the road sign. I'm a careful driver. So much about me a careful driver. I make person need drive me for going to the provinces na saloon. Person need drive me. And they drive me safe. Although they say you can care more, but you don't know the next driver, can care less. But everything in a good hand. But I think say me, I they take all the precautions that is necessary. Okay, we can say salon driver and get very bad driving. Yeah, so Simba say he want make a record PZ to Eastern Police where you know say the camera. Say triple lady come inside that car. For say thief, forget it. My camera, they don't go. They don't go. Even at one time, I want to record up gun to Eastern Police, but man, the camera be there. What the person tell me make a campula because traffic be there, and if they jack that one day, tell me the taxi, almost $100 I don't go. I'm not gonna get it again. So decided no say person able can jack them. Well, now they will put them for make we all able see. Everybody say whose time will be do them video then will be done in February. We will be do the provincial tour. Now February we will be doing. You know I know if it happen, but since you don't ask, we do that video day. This one where I upload so on the 16th of February. You don't know I triple lady laugh. Hey, daddy God. We for don't left by then 8-9 in the morning. Now see, now that day we then say then people drive now the Budapest. Or Budapest, how they call them, ride. We then come Salon. So I was like, okay, you know what? We're just going to wait because I've been want to record them. You know, like when then they ride, then we say they go the opposite way. Now so we be there. So like when we they drive, so una for be see them when then they pass. My brother. Remember, they told us it was waiting 300 to almost people will come. Now we begin with two. I fly the drone first. Go watch small na the highway for see if anything. Now one then be the pass 1. Maybe 1 or 2. But I was expecting they said 300, so I'll be fishing at 300 cars. My dear, wait till nothing. We have the 2-3 when then they pass. Now be the people they move. Wait till I see nothing. Hey, now they go. By the time we are in now, we say, oh, they don't reach Usai Kalbaton. So that 2-3 will be the pass. Now that area they then go get a small. Then I say, I was expecting a large crowd, a large convoy. The drone don't set, the camera sets now the car, so we'll get a very good view of them. He left Paris. Eh? Can we continue? Say triple lady and no venture for pull the camera from PZ to Eastern Police because you know go see then they don't know. Because you can't always have the crowd there. It will be hard for us to get a wide shot like how we see. So it will be hard for me to get the can't wait the crowd there because we saw 2-3 people that don't team up before the car. You know they're able to see that far unless we put them maybe right on top. But anyway, now that day there will be video. And that day we left for go Moyamba. And I say left, but we will wait till and the 2-3 people that we pass. The 2-3 people that we pass, so now I ain't done so. And Tripoli was there expecting. And at first, I even planned say maybe that next day we will sleep Masheka. And that was the plan, so that we were able to see Usaid and sleep, and maybe we will get interview with them and all those things. Before they can change now, say at first they be saying Masheka. Before they can change now, say no, not to Masheka, they'll go stadium. Would I advise themselves me and Osabi? People then come early morning, people then can begin to map, then begin pass the bike there, the cars there, then pass. Before you know it, and say they don't done. I say So we wait for nothing. I say, oh, okay. Ain't that. Anyway, we'll go there back to maybe don't tell Baba yourself. I don't know why I didn't add it. Hey, they talk. All right. Bobo Labo says, from Upgon to Eastern Police and community. He said, we'll make a record from Upgon to East. I think I should have a video though. I just need to check the archive. I think I forget on a Sunday way the traffic, but one day traffic be so tense and not get my puller. I'll be pulling. But I think at one other time, I don't believe so, on a Sunday. We have to check back. But for now, at the provincial union, and we go to upload. We will come back tomorrow. We will come finish the conversation. Till we meet again tomorrow, Triple C. Tata.